Apple Valley News now at 6. As the Washington State Legislature ends its session, we're taking a look at some of the big proposals now headed to the governor's desk, and 3 that will become law without his input.
Hope you've been enjoying the gorgeous sunshine. We have another day of it, and then I'm tracking a little change in the weather for the weekend. All the details in your First Alert weather forecast.
Also tonight, work gets underway to repaint the Blue Bridge, but that means a big slowdown for drivers. What you need to do to keep traffic flowing.
I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. The Prosser Police Department and City Hall are in search for a new home. I spoke to the Prosser mayor and he told me where they're looking to relocate.
Plus, we'll take you to the drug court graduation where participants celebrate their success.
Celebrating local educators, I'm Riley Fitzgerald, live just after the Crystal Apple Awards in Pasco.
This is Apple Valley News Now, streaming edition, on your side.
And a very good Thursday evening. Thanks for joining us online only. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Alyssa Warner. It's a busy day for politics. The Washington State Legislature is wrapping up its work for the year. Now, 2024 was a short session, just 60 days from start to finish. But lawmakers still had a lot to consider in that shortened time frame. From school bonds and school buses to artificial intelligence and public drug use, the start of the legislative session is always full of possibility. 2 months later, a much smaller list of bills has made it through scrutiny in the legislature and over to the governor's desk.
After it passed the House unanimously, it went to the Senate and the bill basically was gutted.
A proposal to require neighborhoods to allow small cafes and grocery stores didn't make it all the way. Senate lawmakers changed the bill to recommend that those cafes be allowed, and even that version didn't advance in the end. A bill that would limit how much landlords can increase your monthly payments at a time also passed the House, but stalled in the Senate. There have been instances where it takes years of work bringing bills back again and again to get a new law passed, so we could still see these changes, or something like them, sometime down the road.
This bill is too important not to be made into a law.
One bill that didn't need years of work to win support was the Richard Lenhart Act, named after a Pasco school bus driver fatally injured by someone who broke onto his bus in front of children on their way home. If the governor signs it, this law will make it a felony to trespass on a school bus.
It wasn't until the tragic murder of Mr. Lenhart that we learned that the trespassing laws that protect our school grounds and our public school buildings are not extended to the public school buses.
Asking voters for the money to build and repair schools could still be a struggle. A proposal to amend the state constitution so that school bonds could pass with a simple majority, 51%, rather than a supermajority, 60%, didn't go anywhere this year. Artificial intelligence has been a big concern in 2024. Lawmakers approved one bill to create a task force that will study potential risks and benefits of the technology, and another that bans fake pornography featuring real people, including images or video generated by AI. The governor has up to 20 days to sign or veto the bills. If he doesn't take action within the correct time frame, that bill automatically becomes law. Now, there were 6 initiatives to the legislature presented this year. 3 of them won approval from lawmakers. Those will take effect without any action from the governor later this year. You can expect the other 3 to show up on the general election ballots statewide in November. In Congress today, Washington Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers chaired the House Energy and Commerce hearing overseeing the vote on a bill that could eventually lead to a ban on TikTok. McMorris Rodgers said apps owned by foreign countries could be a serious security risk.
The Chinese Communist Party pose the greatest national security threat to the United States of our time. With applications like TikTok, these countries are able to target, surveil, and manipulate Americans.
Now, lawmakers have expressed concern about TikTok, which is owned by the company ByteDance, and its relationship to the Chinese government before. So 2 bipartisan bills advanced out of committee after that hearing today. One of them would force ByteDance to give up control of TikTok and other applications that it controls, or those apps would become banned in the United States. The second bill allows the president to ban access to a foreign adversary-owned app if it poses a national security threat. House Speaker Mike Johnson said those measures could both come up for a full House vote.
All right, time to talk about our weather.
Yeah, definitely don't be on the apps. Go outside because it's beautiful out there.
That's right. Non-stop smiling, that's what I have today. Look at this beautiful sunset. I don't know about you, but I saw lots of happy faces outside with this fabulous weather. 48 degrees right now on our sky cam. Now winds have picked up slightly, 8 miles per hour, so our feels like temp is 44. We do have another chilly night ahead of us, so do grab a coat if you're heading out the door this evening. Temperatures elsewhere around the region, we're already down into the 30s in Dayton, 42 in Walla Walla right now, 43 in Yakima, 43 for Ellensburg. So temperatures not too bad. Here's what's coming up though, clear and chilly for us tonight. More sunshine, soak it in tomorrow. We're going to see a little bit of a change starting on Saturday, including breezy and gusty winds and a chance of showers in our local elevations, plus some mountain snow. Plus, we'll continue to see those showers from Sunday into Tuesday. So a little active weather headed our way. Going to be clear and cold. Look at these temperatures tonight as you head out the door this evening. Grab a coat. Lots more to get to in my First Alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. A memorial service for a Washington state trooper and Pasco native who was killed when his vehicle was hit will take place next week. That service for Trooper Christopher Gadd takes place on Tuesday, March 12th at the Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. You can attend if you'd like, and there's also a ceremonial procession planned prior to the service. Trooper Gadd was killed when a vehicle hit his patrol car early on March 2nd over on I-5 in Snohomish County. Investigators say the suspected driver, Raul Benitez Santana, is in the United States illegally. They also say he admitted to consuming cannabis and alcohol before the crash. He's charged with vehicular homicide and vehicular assault. He's being held on $1 million bail.
Other news on this Thursday as work to paint the Blue Bridge continues. We are on your side with tips on how not to get into a needless accident. Apple Valley News Now did speak with WashDOT today, who is giving us more insight into what officials are calling a zipper merge or late merge. Now, it is used correctly because if it is used correctly, it can actually speed up any backups by almost 40%. It also helps prevent accidents. Another concern with this project is the safety of road workers. You know, next month is National Safe Driver Awareness Month when it comes to road workers in construction zones. And this summer, thanks to legislation passed last year in the Washington legislature, WashDOT will be putting up speed enforcement cameras at certain construction zones.
There's also areas where traffic is going to have to merge. In particular, over the Blue Bridge, we have what's called a zipper merge, or some people call it a late merge. And basically what that is we will utilize 2 lanes until right at the merge point, and then that's when drivers will start moving into that open lane and then almost alternate traffic going back and forth. I think the problem that we're seeing is drivers think those drivers coming up right at that merge point are being rude and trying to cut them off, when actually that's what they're supposed to be doing. So drivers just really need to be aware that as drivers are coming up to that merge point, we're supposed to be alternating traffic as they move in, and that's kind of like a zipper almost.
Good lesson. The lane closures southbound will continue Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. After that, lane closures will be added to the northbound side.
Well, we've been talking about infrastructure a lot. Tonight, an update on a story we've been following for a couple of years now. City officials in Prosser say they're still searching for a new home for the police department and City Hall.
Yeah, new during our 6 o'clock hour tonight, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says officials are excited to have a possibility of 2 locations.
Prosser City Mayor Gary Vigar says the city has been without a permanent place for City Hall and the police department as they've been leasing both buildings from the county and port. The mayor says he's sure the city will find a solution.
We're pretty confident that we'll be able to relocate. In fact, we must. The buildings that we're in right now, we're leasing from the county and from the ports, and we do have to relocate.
He says when it comes to finding the relocation spot, this is what is lined up to find the home.
Our process is in place. The next thing to do for us is to have the conversations with the county and to actually take the properties that are stipulated in our study and run them through the matrix.
One of the reasons why it's so important for the Prosser Police Department to relocate, City Mayor tells me, because right now it feels like it's hidden away in a corner and they want it to be more visible for community members. As to where exactly they are looking to relocate, Mayor Vergara says they have 2 places in mind already.
One of the properties that we're looking at is where the City Hall and Police Station used to be, and that is on 7th and Bennett. And we call it 7th and Bennett Extended because it's not simply just the corner of where the old City and Police Station used to be, but extended up 7th Street. The city owns some property, some lots on that. We're also going to be reestablishing conversations with the county about the possibility of sharing space at the Benton County Courthouse. Those are 2.
Mayor Vergara says they will officially announce the new permanent locations of both the City Hall and Police Department by the end of this year, if not sooner. Reporting in Prosser, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, we appreciate that. The mayor also says although the selection of locations will be done by this year, the process of moving might take a little longer because there may need to be some building or rebuilding, but the future step is ultimately having a home. All right, 3 people showed up in Benton County today for not for charges, rather for celebrations. Craig Clipper, Sean Lettrick, and David Weiser graduated from drug court. We cover this story a lot. Now, the program is an opportunity for people who struggle with addiction to get the help that they need and turn over a new leaf with the criminal record once they pass the program. Now, at the end of the program, graduates get to shred their criminal record. But new tonight, we caught up with one of the graduates. He had a different idea instead of the traditional shredding.
I want to keep them, and unlike most people, I think I might display these just as a constant reminder of where I don't want to be.
Since the beginning of drug court back in 2003, a total of 357 people have graduated from the program.
Always good to see those achievements. Congratulations. Now, Walla Walla is getting a vending machine for, get this, emergency contraception. Walla Walla is the latest of 7 Planned Parenthood locations in Eastern Washington to get a vending machine for morning after pills. The community outreach manager of Greater Washington and North Idaho tells us having options that are easily accessible for the community is important.
We are of the opinion that all of your healthcare options should be as accessible as humanly possible, and so this just made sense to us. Back in 2018, someone in our leadership got wind that college campuses were doing this, and we thought we should try it as well. And this is our 8th machine, so it's going pretty well.
Now, this is available 24/7, and she says their goal is to install vending machines in the last 3 locations in our region by the end of this year.
Well, another financial institution is now calling the Tri-Cities home. WaFed, a Seattle-based bank, opened its first Tri-Cities location this afternoon. It's going to be located on Canal Street, just off of Edison. The CEO says it's not a matter of why move to the Tri-Cities, but more why didn't we become a part of the Tri-Cities family sooner?
And it's somewhere where we've wanted to be for a long time. I always thought it would come to us through an acquisition. We've done about 20 acquisitions in our lifetimes, and it just never happened. And we finally said, enough, let's get to Tri-Cities. So really happy to have our foothold here and can't wait to see how we can grow with Tri-Cities. There's a vibrancy here, and we're excited to be part of it.
The grand opening happened earlier today, and according to Burdell, it has been in the works for about a year and a half.
Over in education, the Crystal Apple Awards happen every March, recognizing public school educators in the Mid-Columbia region who have made a positive impact on the lives of their students.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald joining us live from Pasco, where the event just wrapped up about a half hour ago. Hi there, Riley.
Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Austin. I'm here in Pasco tonight at the Educational Service District 123 in Pasco. The Crystal Apple Awards just wrapped up a little bit ago. There were a lot of good emotions in this room tonight. Lots of hugs, lots of smiles, and even a couple tears even tonight. So 9 educators received Crystal Apple Awards this evening. They joined a group of less than 300 over the course of the 26 years the ESD has held this event. A Crystal Apple goes to an educator who, beyond just being an excellent teacher, has made an impact that has gone beyond their classroom alone. Bruce Hawkins, one of the founders of this program from 1999, told me earlier today, he says there are thousands of educators across the 9 districts involved, and just one from each was awarded tonight. That includes one educator from Columbia School District, Findlay, Kennewick, Kiona-Benton, North Franklin, Othello, Pasco, Prosser, and Richland school districts. So my full report with all of the highlights from tonight will be on Good Morning Northwest tomorrow morning, 5 to 7 a.m. So catch it there Friday morning, live in Pasco with Apple Valley News Now. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Riley, looking forward to your full report tomorrow morning. Thank you for that. Well, the Mid-Columbia Science and Engineering Fair kicked off today at Columbia Center Mall in Kennewick. Students set up their poster boards and presented them to mall goers. This is actually the 69th annual year for the fair. Any students enrolled in grades K through 12 in any public, private, or homeschool in the Mid-Columbia region of Washington is eligible to enter his or her original exhibit.
The project is actually kind of super cool. So I was studying the brain waves during students watching videos and learning, and then answering questions to the video. And basically, I studied the brain waves and what they were doing when they were watching these videos. It's actually really cool because I studied also what form of note-taking was happening during these videos and best helped students get the most accurate results and watch the brainwaves and what they were doing when the answers showed up.
I'm a biology teacher at Southridge High School, and it is my immense pleasure to share that Mid-Columbia Science Fair has been offering this opportunity to our students for decades now.
An award ceremony for the fair will be at Chief Joe M.S. Auditorium on March 9th, starting at 1 p.m.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, sunny days and chilly nights. That's what we've been seeing, and we're going to continue to see that tonight. Not quite as cold as last night, but look at that drop down to 28 degrees, 6 a.m. So a little bit chilly out the door, but we quickly rise to the 50s by midday, and lots of sunshine coming your way in the Tri-Cities. Clear skies in Yakima, not nearly as cold as we were last night, and temperatures hitting 50 degrees by 3 o'clock tomorrow. So definitely want to bundle up at the bus stop and heading out, but you're going to peel those layers later on in the day. Let's talk about a beautiful sunset. We always have them here in the Columbia Basin. This is our sky cam out in Richland, Columbia Point. Look at the sun dropping down. This was last night, and well, tonight not too shabby out there as well. Beautiful evening in the Columbia Basin. 48 degrees. Winds have kicked up slightly to 8 miles per hour, so our feels like temp has dropped down to 44. So get ready for these chilly temperatures around the area tonight. In the 20s, not nearly as cold as last night, but still below that freezing level. Cle Elum quite a bit warmer at 25 tonight. 28 in Yakima, Toppenish, and Sunnyside. Columbia Basin, a few degrees warmer than we were last night, but still chilly out the door. Probably will find a little bit of frost on your windshield in those early morning hours. Going to be clear and chilly once again as we head out tonight in the foothills of the Blues, Milton, Freewater, Walla Walla, and Dayton. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the late afternoon, but enjoy the sunshine with these pleasant temperatures through the area. Pretty close to where we should be normally. Actually, maybe even a few degrees above in Walla Walla and Pendleton tomorrow. 54 in the Tri-Cities, 53 in Yakima. Now, this is your last opportunity to catch this. With the clear skies we're going to be seeing tomorrow morning, you could actually see Venus, Mars, and the moon kind of in a triangle. Look southeast at 5:45 a.m. just before the sun gets to the highest point of the rise. So go try to check that out, and if you have a telescope, even better. Weather pattern is going to be changing over the next couple of days. days. Here's that ridge of high pressure. That's going to keep us warm and dry tomorrow. However, we're going to start to see the system pushing in to the northwest portion of Washington. It'll start bringing some rain along the coast, snow showers in the upper portion of the Cascade Mountains, and even some stray rain showers in on our neck of the woods by Saturday. Here's that system coming in, a little closer view of the top of the state. And then as we start to transition towards our Friday night into Saturday, that's when we're going to start to see those clouds coming in. And then here comes the rain. There's the snow across the Cascade Mountains. We'll see the rain heading down the Yakima Valley, across the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, into Walla Walla and Pendleton. Some heavy showers possible in the Pendleton area, and even some snowflakes up in the Blues. Weekend forecast, if you're heading out of town, it's going to be wet on the west side. Grab your umbrella. Going to need it there, especially if you're going to be over on the west side on Sunday. If you're moving in, heading into the Portland area, look for rain on Saturday and possible thunder showers on Sunday. So it's going to be wet over there as well. And if you're heading up north towards the Spokane area, look for some rain showers with temperatures a little bit chilly overnight. So grab the umbrella and a coat. If skiing is more your style, let's look at our Schweitzer Mountain camera right now. You can still see that it was a gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky. People were up on that mountain enjoying some bluebird conditions, and you're going to have those tomorrow as well. So, you know, if you need to play hooky to grab the great snow, tomorrow would be the day to do it. 27 degrees at Schweitzer. Winds not too bad, but your wind chill still pretty chilly. Bundle up. No new snow, but next week we could see quite a bit of new snow coming to several of our ski resort areas. 38 close to spring type skiing conditions up at Ski Bluewood, but the wind chill will bring that temperature down to 28. No new snow there, but great conditions overall with all the snow we've had in the last week or so. 38 degrees at White Pass, spring skiing conditions. The mountain's doing great, 80 inches at the base, so bundle up for that. Now let's take a look at our 7-day planners locally and see where we're going to be. Tri-Cities. Again, we're looking for those showers to develop. Saturday morning should clear out by the afternoon, but we have another opportunity for rain on Sunday. Kind of a dry spell on Monday, and then we'll see those showers return on Tuesday. But temperatures, look at that, staying warm and getting above the freezing level at night. In Yakima, same thing, those showers on the way. You're spring forward. Don't forget to switch that clock and look for those showers on and off. Walla Walla, more likely going to see those showers later in the day on Saturday and into Sunday, a higher chance of rain with more rain possible on Tuesday. And a final look at Hermiston for the next few days. Again, those temperatures starting to warm slightly during the day, those overnight lows coming up, so not quite as chilly of those mornings, but the rain showers and instability through Tuesday. But Wednesday, Thursday looking pretty good next week. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you were able to find us over here on our website and our app, YouTube.
Yeah, everybody that was watching or is watching, hello. We're going to wrap it up, though. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll be back with more local news.
Yep, we'll keep you updated.
On TV, too. Bye, everybody.